And of course, what better way to start the new year than the SNP once again arresting people for jokes and for poking fun at Nicola Sturgeon. Prankster arrested over Hogmanay party for the Yanks, that's Scottish New Year, at Nicola Sturgeon's Facebook invite blast political police. And a guy basically set up a Facebook event saying that they were going to have a New Year's party at Nicola Sturgeon's house. A Facebook prankster who was arrested over a spoof invite for a Hogmanay party on Nicola Sturgeon Street has lashed out at political policing. Chris Brown, 33, was handcuffed outside his home in Hamilton last Wednesday after nearly 2,000 people signed up to the online event. Now, as someone like, if I was on Facebook, I'm not on Facebook, I deleted my account so long ago. I advise you all do the same. If I was on Facebook and I saw that event, I would go, right, that's a meme. Like, someone just made this as a fucking laugh. Nobody is going to actually fucking turn up here. I mean, a horde of people coming outside the First Minister's house. I mean, that's a good way to get a spring batting across the head. But the guy, however, was arrested for it. The nightclub bouncer, who has been charged with a communications offence, boy, I wonder what one, probably section 127, said he had returned from a trip to Santa's Grotto last Wednesday with his 16-month-old daughter before two officers showed up quizzing him about the proposed bash. He told the Scottish Sun they asked about the event and what my intentions were. One of the cops said I was causing fear, alarm or distress to the First Minister. So she decided to cause fear, alarm and distress to this guy by arresting him over an obvious joke. They kept reiterating that this is coming from higher above. It was real cloak and dagger stuff. Now, one of the things that I have noticed as well is whenever you interact with the police, they give you a knowing look. This is the whole... This order came from serious people. And I've had that look. I've had that look twice. It's meant to be a free society, but it's more like North Korea at the moment. I've been crucified for a Facebook post. And it was blatantly an absolute joke, and it was obviously done in response to the First Minister, Chairman Stuggy, yet again imposing more lockdown restrictions over New Year, which, and as a result, all that happened was shit tons of Scottish people just went to England. They just went to England, because England was open for New Year. So shit, I know so many people, and it was like, I knew a lot of people that went, oh, we're going down to England then, and they went down and booked Airbnbs and booked hotels, and they went and had a New Year, and they had a fucking great time, whereas everyone in Scotland was in the house. And there was also another video of a bunch of people who were in a bar, and they all got arrested by the police and like dragged to the floor and all that type of stuff. Welcome to a free Scotland. Yeah, the SNP will give you an independent country, but it'll be an independent country ruled by a fucking iron fist. He said he was arrested around 6 p.m. and held in a cell until 3 a.m. before his release, with a court date looming over him next year. A 3 a.m. release? That's a pretty strange one. In footage showing him being handcuffed, he said, the police work for the First Minister, they don't work for the people of Scotland. And that is 100% absolutely correct. The SNP have several times arrested people for saying things about Nicola Sturgeon. I believe 3 men so far have been arrested for sending emails to Nicola Sturgeon, not threatening, not violence, nothing like that. Basically making fun of her and calling her a Nazi. One guy was actually, you've seen the picture, and it's Nicola Sturgeon sitting there and she's wearing the Nazi uniform. Someone emailed that in, and that guy ended up getting arrested. Because, yes, just like any totalitarian party, they don't like it when you make fun of them. They understand the power of parody and mockery. It completely, files down the teeth of the dragon. They know that, so they want to stop people from doing that. And that's another example of it happening here. Make fun of us, talk shit about us, and here's what will happen to you. Right, and like I said in my earlier video today, the chilling effect. It causes a chilling effect. It makes people afraid to criticise the SNP and mock and make fun of them. A blurb for the NYE Jamboree claimed it would be bringing the celebrations to Sturgeons, with a photo showing the First Minister grinning widely sitting on a park swing. The dad of one, Chris, added it wasn't serious at all. It was just to have a laugh. I would have known that just by looking at it. It clearly was a fucking meme. I never organised anything, music, fireworks, whatever. I'll be working on Hogmanay. That's one thing back. See, when you're a bouncer, you're working on Hogmanay. You're working on Hogmanay. People have come up to me in the street saying that they will get a fundraiser to pay any fine if I get one, saying it will get laughed out of court. Wouldn't be so sure about that. It's ridiculous. Basically, I understand that the charge is absolutely ridiculous. I understand it's a stupid charge. I understand that you were clearly joking. However, I was in the exact same position, and look what happened to me. The SNP are going to in case the guy's watching this, I don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to scare you, right? But this is coming directly from Sturgeon. She's going to try to nail you to a cross. She's probably going to pursue a custodial sentence. Because in Scotland, it doesn't come down to the judge. I know, it sounds bad. It does not come down to the judge. A lot of things, like you were told by the cops, came from high up. They are predetermined. They are predetermined. Basically, no argument your lawyer gives to the judge is going to help. I don't mean to scare you. I don't mean to scare you. Talk to your lawyer and stuff like that. You know, I'm not a legal expert. I just have some experience in this field with other people and also myself who've been arrested for similar things. But I'm worried they will try to make an example of me. They will. They will. Because this is coming from Sturgeon, and like you said, the police are her toys. They are the political wing of the SNP to enforce the SNP's authority. They're not the police aren't here to protect the Scottish people. They're here to protect the government's authority. The Facebook event was highlighted online by Nicola Sturgeon's sister, Gillian, 46, who fumed. Police have been informed with your name in case you're reading this. Looks like you're in for a Merry Christmas. Nick Security is onto it. What fucking childish juvenile shit. I mean, like that's coming from a person who's like, yeah, I've got power, I'm gonna get you fucked. Like that is that type of person. That is some sinister, twisted fucking shit. Earlier, Chris slammed the now deleted post from Gillian, because she got lit up for it. Adding, I deem that to be threatening to me. It is 100% a threat towards me. It 100% absolutely was. I seen the tweets. That 100% was a threat. It's worrying because you don't know where this is being pushed from. It's complete matter. The SNP is being pushed by the SNP. It is being pushed directly by the SNP. They're the ones that do all this stuff, right? They are in charge of the police. They've been consolidating more and more power over the police. They're making sure that supporters get into the higher positions. Basically, for anyone that's working in the police force, if anyone has recently been put into a high position, ask them who they're voting for. I bet you already know the answer to that. Ultimately, I could lose my job if I get found guilty of a crime. That's absolutely correct. If you are working as a bouncer, if you're working with a SIA license, if you get charged, like basically if it's a violent offence, then your license is gone. Yeah, if it's a violent offence, your license is gone immediately. If it's a non-violent offence, then it depends on the crime. It depends on the crime and the context. Like the SIA, although they can be a fucking nightmare sometimes. The SIA, if you say I posted a joke Facebook post saying there was going to be a party at Nicola Sturgeon's house, they might review that and go, right, okay, whatever, that's fine, and you get to keep your license. But one of the things that annoys me about being a bouncer as well is if you get involved in a violent incident, as you very often do when you're a bouncer, if you get charged, now even though the person that you huckled outside could be completely making all of the shit up, completely making everything up, the fact that you got charged, your license gets suspended until until the trial is over, and that could be a year, could be 2 years. And the entire time those 2 years are going on, you can't work. You can't work. And then at the end of it, you get found not guilty and then you get your license back. But for 2 years, you weren't able to work. It's a shit system. Chris was charged. Yeah, Section 127. There it is. Chris was charged under Section 127, Part 2 of the Communications Act of 2003, which carries a maximum penalty of up to 6 months in jail or a fine of up to £5,000 or both. Yep, he's been charged under the same section I was. It covers messages known to be false sent online for the purpose of causing annoyance, inconvenience, or needless anxiety to another. Well, shit, there's been a shit ton of people in the SNP that have done that to me. The Scottish Government said it does not comment on live court proceedings. What, the ones you caused? Police Scotland has been contacted for comment. Now, this is just another one of the very, very, very many examples of the SNP being absolutely atrocious authoritarian bastards. Right? They are. Like, I don't give a see anyone right now that is watching that still votes SNP. Why? And is this the price that you are willing to pay for independence? Do you want independence that badly? Like the whole Scottish spirit, Braveheart, bear, and like all that type of stuff, right? I want an independent Scotland. I want independent cities and covenant communities and stuff like that. But an independent Scotland's a start. It's a stepping stone towards that. The tinier we make the little micronations and the borders, the a lot better. So like an independent Scotland, I support. Not if it's going to be run like this, right? See, right now, if an independence vote referendum was to come around, I probably would vote against it, and I would vote to remain part of the UK. And the reason for that is it would be out the frying pan into the fire with fucking her at the helm, right? She is the devil. I'm going to go full Alex Jones here. These are demons. They're, they're coming for your children with the named person scheme, and they want to throw you in jail for pointing out the horns on their head. like, like honestly, like the SNP, they're totalitarian, authoritarian bastards, right? Like, yeah, they might be able to deliver an independent Scotland. They're going to rule it like fucking tyrants. Look at what they're doing already with their devolved powers. They're already doing that. They're arresting people for making fun of them and calling them fucking Nazis. They're arresting people. They arrested a man for making a fucking meme. Well, let's have a party outside Nicola Sturgeons' house, right? Which was blatantly a fucking laugh, right? And they've obviously went and sent their little pigs to fucking go and arrest the guy that did it. Something that was clearly a fucking joke, right? Again, if you are watching this and you are still voting SNP, why? Why? Like, look at that absolutely horrendous shit that they're doing, right? I'm just going to keep pointing it out. The SNP have to go. The SNP have to go, and Scotland needs an actual independence party. Right? The SNP need to get the fuck out the door. I think one of the biggest things holding back independence is them. Right? The amount of people that I've spoke to have said, yeah, I want independence. I hate the SNP. I think they're going to be fucking awful once we get independence. They're going to run Scotland into the ground, and Scotland's going to be a fucking miserable place to live. That is the biggest gripe that I hear about them, and as well as the authoritarianism that constantly comes for the SNP. There, however, is a party that you can support, and that's the Scottish Libertarians. You can find them online, and you can become a member, and you can join us in not getting into government and then immediately dissolving it.